Really excited about the work we were able to do here today. I thought the competition was at a high level. Love the energy and enthusiasm, but really I just think that's reflective of where it's been all spring. I think the significant step we're taking here is we just introduce some more situational ball this week. The closer we get to training camp, the closer our work needs to be more football-like. We acknowledge these drills that we're doing in football, but not necessarily real football, obviously, because how the dress that we're in and so forth. But you start infusing some situations in, some 2-minute and things of that nature. It really just elevates the teaching and learning and understanding that's there to be gained. And so that's the mindset that we're approaching this week. That's what we're trying to get done in totality. We just want to push it to more football-like work, and that usually starts with down and distance related things, line to gain related things, or time related things. And so we'll continue kind of in that vein. We had all in attendance today except for Naj. He had a prior appointment that was approved by me. We expect him back tomorrow. Everything else has been really good. I'll pause and open it up for questions.
Mike, you now have 4 years left on your contract. I mean, what does it mean to just have this extension done and to have that kind of behind you?
To be quite honest with you, it just means I don't have to field questions about it. I've seen more days than I'm going to see on this job, man. I'm focused on 2024 and have been, and that's my mindset.
Mike, it is unique, though, this sort of longevity. Why is this important?
Again, I don't focus on what's in my rear view. If there's a secret, the secret is I'm focused on the challenges and tasks at hand and not my resume. I could care less about my resume.
Mike, you talked to us in January about you still have all the confidence you've ever had. You believe that you can get done here what you want to get done. I think you said back then 51 years of life was why you have it. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
No, I meant what I said. I've gotten better with experience. It's not always reflected in the outcome of games, but that can be said about a lot of components of what it is that we do. You better get better with experience. I expect these guys to get better with experience. I expect our second-year players to take a significant step, for example. And so I'm leaning in on guys like Joey Porter Jr. and Benton and others. And so it's the same in coaching. I'm excited about Aaron Curry in his second year within the program. I've been in this program a lot of years, so it better be reflected in the quality of my work.
You had an opportunity to talk about Smith today. There's a lot of new pieces on that offense. What's going to be the key to bringing them all together and making it cohesive?
Taking advantage of the days. We all, have the same amount of time in terms of preparedness. The Atlanta Falcons are new in totality. And with how the league structures this prep, it's fair for all parties involved. And so we're not worried about the challenges or our lack of collective experience. We're just trying to make sure that we have good days and understand that we'll get a relative opportunity in those regards.
Mike, what sort of thing governs how long you want to do this? Like, is there any measure that you look at, still having fun? What?
No.
Mike, what kind of conversations did you have with Cam Sutton that made you feel comfortable about bringing him back in after the offseason?
It's not any conversations that we had recently. It's the totality of our relationship. I met this guy in Knoxville, man, 6-7 years ago, whatever it was, when he came out of school. He's a great guy. He loves football. It's probably the totality of our relationship. And I think I probably represent the sentiment of the organization in saying that it's less about specific conversations, particularly of late, and it's about the relationship established over a longer period of time.
Mike, when you look at the legal situation that led to the end of his time in Detroit, did that give you pause about bringing him back in, or something you have to consider?
Certainly. That's just due diligence. That's what's supposed to happen.
And did you feel comfortable after doing that due diligence in?
Obviously, he's here.
Mike, what kind of early impacts have you seen from Arthur and what he's...
Man, I just like the energy and detail that he brings, the competitive spirit that he brings. It creates a really good environment. He's doing a really good job of selling his system of football to the players, increasing the level of understanding. He loves to coach. I'd imagine it's refreshing for him to get focused on a certain component of the job again. It's just a lot to be excited about.
Like, what stands out to you about the group of linebackers that you guys have?
We're still at the infancy of this thing, particularly as it pertains to, distinguishing linebacker play. Their game is played in pads. And so, I'd be reaching if I was talking about things happening out here in shorts, particularly at that position.
Anyone else?
Mike, what was behind the change in training camp practice times?
You know, our day was pressed on the other side of practice, and I just want to give them an opportunity to do a better job of accommodating the fans while taking care of their bodies. A lot of times they're working to rehydrate, but dinner was running up on them, and so they didn't have the appetite to eat. And so we just feel like with the early practice schedule, it just creates an opportunity for better wellness and keeping guys upright and rolling.
With the better wellness, seems like there have been new kind of additions with the warm-ups and things like that, the new strength and conditioning stuff. What do you like about the changes that they've implemented?
You know, I judge changes on outcomes, and so I'm excited about some of the things that we're doing, but I'm not ready to paint with a broad brush at this point.
All right.
Thanks, guys.